Right, taking refuge under the trees here before going out to feed the ninjas, and just had a few thoughts about the way the weather's going. And I know out there's some people somehow pretending like nothing's happening. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. So obviously pigs, we know pigs don't sweat. Not obviously, but pigs don't sweat. And like talking to some of our customers or people that aren't in pig farming, the first thing you always people ask when it's hot is, oh, have the pigs got any wallows or anywhere they can lay in water? Which is a good question to ask because it helps them cool down. But when it's over 30 degrees and you're gonna lay in water, the water gets warm. So aside from having somewhere you can lay in water, you also need shade, which I'm stood under shade here. And a lot of the systems I've worked in, a lot of the systems that exist with pig farming, I'd say mainly due to topography, like let's say like East Anglia, most of the fields where pigs are open. So you'd either have to buy tents for the pigs, contented pig products, or contented products do decent tents, or you could plant trees if you're on a long-term game. And I'll just do a flip round of the camera, 2 secs. So all our paddocks, that's just an empty contented products hut there. All our paddocks have got, how thick is this? Probably about, I don't know, 5 meters or so, maybe a little bit more. And this used to be bramble, and the pigs cleared it up. And now we've got, I think this is ash maybe. And yeah, we've got trees all along the edge. So if you know the pigs haven't been moved yet, and this paddock is annoying me because I should have moved them a while back, but I've not had machinery to tighten the fence with to move them into paddock. So that's why they're still there. But if you look, there's some pigs in the troughs down there, as you can see, but a lot of them are hiding in there. Just walk through this. Got a nice railway line there, which they can't get to anymore. But yeah, the pigs are under the trees there. And honestly, the temperature here, you've been stood here now, compared to that breeze, and being stood by the grass there is, I'd say, even more than 10. It feels like more than 10 degree difference. And for me, I think a pig paddock, especially the way the weather's going, you should have some line of trees along somewhere to make sure the pigs have somewhere to go and chill under. And at different times of the year, that's an oak tree. Guess what's going to be falling? Pig crack, aka acorns. They go nuts for it. We got another one here. So yeah, like here, all this was brambles, and then the pigs cleared it. And then when the fencing was done by the council, the guy that did it cleared up a little bit. But a lot of these trees will grow out because I'm not going to chop them. They'll just leave them to grow out, and this will be a corridor for the pigs to sleep in. Another point I was going to talk about whilst we're talking about heat is, so I went to the abattoir this morning, early doors, so I wasn't caught in the high temperatures, because I saw a video recently of, actually this week, of some activists at an abattoir talking about how it's not good to travel with pigs or travel with livestock at high temperatures, which is true. And like pigs, especially commercial breeds, like I'm quite surprised at how well our pigs have got through this heat wave. Because like last year, number one was firing when it was quite hot, and she did not enjoy that. I think she lost 6 or 7. But luckily, none of them are firing. They've all got plenty of trees, as I said earlier. The piglets are quite robust, they can handle it. And because they've got, obviously, colour, even though they're ginger, they don't suffer like human versions of gingerness. I don't know why I said human versions. Yeah, they don't suffer in the sun like people with ginger hair do. So the skin, their colored coat helps them helps protect them from the sun as well as being in mud, etc. But the point I was going to make is, and this is something the government can do to help. If we had abattoirs closer to farms, spread across the country like we used to before, when we've got weather changes like these or extreme temperatures like these, we wouldn't have to worry about livestock transport because you're not going to go far. And I know there's some counties, like I've got friends that farm in the southwest. They've got a fair few abattoirs around them. But like us in Hampshire, we've got no abattoir. The last abattoir that was in Hampshire was shut last year, I want to say last January. So now I go to Wiltshire to an abattoir, or the other option would be to go to Sussex to an abattoir, which is quite similar distance. And I'm a small producer. There are hauliers there that are probably still going to be going across the country to take animals to be slaughtered. Most are probably doing it at night, as I guess, because that's probably the obvious thing to do. And abattoirs do have they've got layerages where the animals can have access to water and shade, which is fine. So the bit is just the transport bit, and we're seeing the weather patterns. And someone's probably going to correct me here. Weather, climate. What I'm trying to say here is it's getting hotter as summers get on. And I moved to UK in 2006, and I remember being sent home that summer because it was too hot and the schools could handle it. This week, schools have been sent home because it's been too hot, and infrastructure can't handle it. I'm surprised the roads aren't melting yet. So I think from an animal welfare perspective, we always go on about how we've got the highest welfare in the world, and it's a phrase that doesn't sit well with me because who's judging that? But again, that's a story for another day. So I think if we are truly about the whole highest welfare in the world situation, we need to have more abattoirs closer, because it is not fair for the animals to be living in La Vida Loca like this for the ginger ninjas, to then on your last strip before getting slaughtered and entering the food chain, you're having to go an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic, potentially in quite hot temperatures, to go get slaughtered. Like, we need to have more abattoirs closer to service all the farms that we have in this country. Then we could probably, and also actually after fixing a few other things, we can then probably stand on the top of a hill with our chest and say we've got the highest welfare. But until then, I don't think we can keep banging on that drum. And these temperatures are not, it's not a joke, because talking to a friend from France earlier this morning and even yesterday, he's one's not a pig farmer, but the other one is, and they were telling me people are losing stock, like, because of the heat, because I think it's in its 40s in France. Pigs, chickens, it's mad. So something needs to be done, and I know the government has a lot on their plate, but a system that provides food for people. Food is quite an important thing, I think, to human survival. So for an industry that provides that, I think we need to sit down properly. Stop all this talk. We're doing too much talking. Sit down properly and just form a plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan that can be adopted by whoever's coming into power, and say, try, like, food, this is how we're going to do it, blah, 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 blah. And whoever comes in slots in, and it gets changed every 10 years, not every 6 months, because, it's just becoming a joke. But wherever you're sat watching this, enjoy the sun. If you haven't got a tan like me, lay in it. Make sure you got good protection, and hopefully you're going to top up your tan. Have a good day.